Okay, so as you guys know from the previous video, I was just actually waiting for parts to come so I could get the oil cooler installed on the G35. Everything is in here. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna pull the S13 out of the garage, bring the G35 inside the garage, lift it up so we can have the front end apart, so we can just have the oil cooler installed. And then since we're messing up with oil, we're gonna do a quick oil change as well. This thing is so low that I actually ran over the camera and scratched my GoPro. Wow, look at that. I swear, another heat, this thing is gonna break. All right, so finally got the car set in the garage. Man, not gonna lie, man, this car is pretty fat compared to the S13. Look at the space it's taking in the garage. Actually, you know what? I have some more space in here. I think I'm gonna move it over. I got some heavy duty oven cleaner over here. This thing, man, cleans parts really good. Like anything that has to do with oil and grease, this thing would 100% take it off. And where you could get this is actually cost $3. You could get this at ShopRite, Pat Mark, whatever. But it's 100% worth it. So we're gonna just let it sit for a little bit, and then we're gonna come back and rinse it. So there we have it, a little BQ. What we're gonna do is we're gonna actually jack up the car a little bit so we could just take the front bumper out, so we could just start test fitting the oil cooler to see where we're gonna put it, measure the lines, the AN lines that we're gonna be using, and also the sandwich plate, and also gonna make sure that the sandwich plate fitting is gonna fit onto the BQ, and then that should be it. All right, so pretty much got the front bumper out. It took a minute to figure out, you know, new chassis, whatever. Very simple. You just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clips that's holding on the top, and also 5 10mm bolt that goes into the bottom. Release all that. 2 10mm bolt that is on the side. These were already broken from previous owner, so I had just one bolt that I put the other day. And then this one that was just there, you see the clips? These are broken, so it wasn't there. So it's 10mm. After that, you should be able to drag the bumper a little forward. You gotta release the side marker, one on each side. After that, you should be able to pull the front bumper out. All right, so now we're gonna try to take out the lower panel. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we have probably 1, 2, 3 on this side because the front one is broken. We have, I think, 2 more on the back. They're all 10mm, so it is quite easy. And then after that, we should be able to get access to the oil filter. There is the oil pressure sensor. This oil pan is very small though. Look at that. All right, just let's try to take this out and then let's see what's up. Okay, so I got the lower panel out. It was simple, 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that should come out. Actually, you know what? 2 bolts, one in the front, one in the back. This thing was just pretty much hanging in there. And then from there, we should have access to the oil pan, which is this little guy over here. This is the bowl where you drain your oil. Look at that. I think the VQ has a very close engineering system as a JZ. Does look like an oil cooler for me. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So the JZ actually stock have this oil cooler, which is this little guy over here. Whoa, still have coolant in there. But yeah, you guys get that idea. Look at that. So actually coolant goes through here and cool your oil, and here is the housing where the oil filter sits. So cool, I didn't know that. So it is pretty similar engineering, I believe. I don't know, man, it's weird. So that's actually pretty cool though. Like imagine like if I want to add a cooler, I just gotta probably I could just tap it from over here, like chop it, add a cooler in between, and then just bring it back here. That actually bring more coolant efficiency. I mean, this is actually a stock motor, so it doesn't really need much. But I'm saying if you want to boost it or something, I don't know. That is something that I would definitely look into. So pretty much now we're gonna actually drain the oil. After that, we should be able to take out the filter and then add a sandwich plate and then just test fit pretty much everything. All right, so this is gonna be a 14mm. You just bolt this. This should come out. Oh, it should be hot. Just be careful. Boom, like a pro.
Ladies, I'm the next Richard Branson, but got no virgins, so they sucking me in tandem. I prefer Mr. Unstoppable, and when I'm doing nothing, Mr. Impossible. I'ma lift a finger, put your mixtape in the hospital. Nurse coming closer just to witness all that I can do. 20 cc's of a double D's got me trying to clean my D with the upper teeth. Upper 3 is where I'm ranking. I'm for 3 milli for the mansion. Fuck the game young, I'm talking Chris Hansen. I guess I'm Mr. Unstoppable. I guess I'm Mr. Unstoppable. Yeah, I guess I'm Mr. Unstoppable. Where they never catch me, that's improbable. Coming straight to your eardrums. Yeah, I'm coming straight to your eardrums. It's Mr. Unstoppable. Yeah, it's Mr. Unstoppable. Make my account and count on my blessings. Trashing rappers like snackers after concessions. Throwing paper till I get me a detention. I'm honored, Your Honor, but you're a motherfucking relic. Neglect to check my balance cause my studio with greenery. Like goddamn, my wallet always got obesity. She caked up and baked up, she needs a piece of me. She preyed on PCP, to her I'm just a piece of me. Talk about my clothes, I'm God-forsaken. Cruising with my...
Alright, just a little update here on the oil cooler for the Vq35de on the G35. Look at that. That looks so good. I custom made him to fit like really perfect. Look at the space that we have. Look at that fitment between the power steering cooler and the radiator. And also I kind of managed how to get behind the support, you know, so we could just have two bolts right behind it. I know this is missing a washer over here. I'm gonna add one later on, but this is just a test fit. It looks really good. Material that we use. This is actually a 12 gauge steel material. It is a very thick material, so to bend this, it's gonna be, you know, really hard though. I kind of TIG welded, you know, this over here just to reinforce it, but it looks really good though. Not bad. I like it. Now the reason that I'm adding the oil cooler, because I do want to keep, you know, the engine nice and cool, nice and fresh while we're drifting. You know, you guys know the track is really hot, and we actually push the car over the limits, you know, so I'm pretty sure the oil cooler is gonna help a lot. And also over here I made it my own AM fittings. I have this laying around, so as you guys know, we're just recycling all the parts from the JZ. So one thing that I found out today is on the VQs, and also I'm pretty sure on the 350Z, because this is pretty much the same crap. There's two tabs for the radiator. You could just unlock this, right? There's two brackets, two sockets, however you guys want to call it. But yeah, let's go on top. You just unbolt this, and you can just move the radiator wherever you want. Now to lock this in place, just put them back in, and that's pretty much it. On this side, we got the thermostatic sandwich plate from Mishimoto. This is 200 Fahrenheit. And also here we got a 1A NPT temperature sensor for our gauges. I like gauges. I like electronics. So, you know, I like to see numbers. I want to see where I'm at when I'm drifting, you know. If I'm too hot, I just stop, let it cool down, and then we go again. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna actually test fit the sandwich plate, the lines. I don't know how long I need, where am I gonna put them, and then that should be it. Alright, so I pretty much got everything installed. Got the lines pre-assembled it. I cut the lines to the length that I needed it. This is pretty simple. Let me just put the light back on here. Oh, there you go. Put the oil filter back on. So before we turn on the car, you know, to see if there any leak or anything crazy, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually fill up the oil cooler I'm gonna fill it up full of oil, you know, make sure that there is no any air trapping in there. And then after that, we should be able to, you know, crank it up, pump it up to see if there any leak. And then I mean, we should be good though. Everything is nice and tight. But we're just gonna take precautions, you know, make sure that everything is good, no leak or, you know, anything, you know, sketchy going on. So the oil that we're gonna be running from now on is the Rotella T6 5W40. Now 5 because it allowed the motor to warm up a little quicker, right? Because we have all seats on here. And 40 because the oil has a higher viscosity and also could handle higher temperatures. Alright, so everything is good. Now is the moment of truth. Let's just try to crank this thing up. Let her run for a little bit, warm up for a little bit. You know, just want to make sure before we put this car down on the road, want to make sure that there's no leak or anything, you know, sketchy going on. Gotta wait until it get warm up then. Alright, so the car's been on for the past 10 minutes now, and I haven't seen any leak going on. You know, everything seems pretty good, seems pretty solid. The oil cooler is actually a little warm up, so which is great, you know. No leak. No anything crazy. This is actually the wire for the sensor. We're gonna play with that later, but the main thing is wanna focus is, you know, there is no leak. Make sure that your oil level is good, and then that's it. All right, so the oil cooler is working really good. I already feel some heat over here, very nice. There's no leak or anything sketchy going on in here. I still gotta probably zip tie this just to make it a little cleaner, and then we're gonna put the front bumper back in because I do have a little upgrade for the underbody. This is a aluminum under-tray that goes onto the car just to protect our lines over here, and also it's gonna make the underbody looks a lot cleaner. I mean, I know we're not gonna be looking down there, but you know, it's a little upgrade from the plastic one. The plastic one is all beat up and broken, so here we got that what is this, the Zspeed aluminum tray for the G35. So here's the final product. Look at that. Damn, the under tray looks so good compared to the old plastic one. Man, this is nice though. I like it. Ugh, look at that. Wow, very nice and clean. Now this thing is very easy to install, so don't be afraid, guys. There's only 1, 2, and also I think about 6 or 7 bolts around the bumper that you could just tap on it. Now the kit came actually with hardware, you know, for you to tap in a bolt in the brackets to hold it. And then after that, you should be able to, you know, mount it up and then lock it in place. This thing looks really good though. The under tray also have a oil filter gate, you know, for you to take out your oil filter whenever you need to, so you don't have to take out the whole plastic or the aluminum tray. But man, I'm impressed. This thing came out pretty solid. There you go. So we got the oil cooler, the under tray installed, and I'm tired, man. I'm just gonna take this car now for a spin. Hopefully everything is good. I haven't wired the gauge yet, but I think I'm gonna do that maybe later on tomorrow or something, because I have other stuff to do now. Make sure that the oil is filled up, and then you should be able to send it. Hey guys, if you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe. You know, there's gonna be a lot more content going on with the G35 and also with the S13 that is sitting right over here. I fixed all the problem anyway, so you guys know. That was crazy. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share, follow, subscribe, and then I don't know, just drop a comment what you guys want me to do next.